Everybody, welcome back to the final week of the regular season of the Community Cup. I'm Jeff, joined by the recently victorious Princess Peach. Peach, how you feeling?
I am happy to have secured a spot in playoffs.
Yeah,
It's been a set.
must be a nice relief. So coming up now, we've got our third and final set of the night, Nine Lives taking on Option 12, and there are definitely some playoff implications in this one. You heard my colleague here, the relief in your voice about having secured your spot. But these are two teams that I believe are still fighting for it, and there's still White Wolf sitting there after the 0-2 earlier. So I believe it's three teams that could still get this last spot. We'll have to see how the tiebreakers play out if we do end up with a tie in the standings. Either one of these teams can avoid, having to tie for that last playoff spot if they 2-0. If it's a 1-1, I think that then we get into some weird situations.
Yeah, with tiebreakers and stuff like that.
Yep, so right now we're just waiting for all the players to get aligned in our lobby properly. Um, Something to point out is Nine Lives, I believe it was only 2 weeks ago that they really had an overhaul of their roster, had Foeden and Menards join up midway through the season. What have your impressions been of this team since those changes happened?
Yeah, I'm glad we fought them earlier in the split before their team was revamped. um, they look dominating. Menard's Kane is gross. On top of just the like pretty stellar play from the like members that remained, who are already pretty great. I don't know. I feel like Menards and Foyden have really added like an interesting depth and spice to Nine Lives.
Yeah, that topside duo has definitely been a force to be reckoned with. One thing that I forgot to point out is over on Nine Lives side, I believe we do have a sub with Gotta Get Lucky coming in the bot lane. So so yet another change for Nine Lives. We'll
Yeah,
see if they're able to integrate Gotta Get Lucky into their lineup in this very crucial matchup.
yeah. I I'm like not familiar with Gotta Get Lucky at all, gameplay wise. I know he's obviously a very swell guy. Um,
Hmm.
so we will see. I'm curious how that affects their like shot calling and pick and bans, because I know Burn the Heretic is full of personality, and he's got a lot to say, which we love about him in our community. So I'm wondering if like is Nine Lives gonna like be missing that voice tonight on such a crucial game? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, we are getting into champ select here.
The weak fear the shadows.
Instant Kane ban. I almost said Kenos ban. I meant that too, Kenos, just so you know.
Yeah, good call there on that Kane definitely being a force to be reckoned with. Looks like option 12 is happy to not reckon with it, at least here in game one.
Don't blame them. His
And
Kane is scary.
what about from the other side for Nine Lives? What do you expect to, well, we have Aurelia banned out first. Anything else that really jumps out at you as a probable ban?
Probably a collie if I had to guess.
That makes sense.
Really, whenever you face Odin, your team really only has 4 bans. I feel like as a support player, Yuji's Maokai is worth banning every single game, especially because Maokai was just buffed. And he's like really, like it's hard to like mess up on that character. You know, he doesn't have like skill shots or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Just a safe, reliable
You're scared.
annoyance.
Good to know.
Yeah, and as you pointed out, Yuge is definitely very adept on that champion. As you pointed out,
So
maybe not the most mechanically intensive champion, but he just, I think, has such perfect situational awareness of, the champion's limits.
Right. I mean, supports in general aren't super mechanical. I'm taking a dig at myself with that, but there's a lot more things you need to know about the game.
Sure.
That having no mechanics on your character is nice. Not that Malka has none. I'm not blaming Huge. Love him. Before I get kicked off the stream.
Well, we don't want that. Leave me all alone by myself here. That was redundant. So
Definitely.
we had Wukong banned away. I assume that was aimed at Godzilla. And a first pick Kaisa. I believe that, at least as far as I know, that seems like it's Prowler's most comfortable AD carry. So I'm not
Yeah,
too
definitely.
surprised by that.
And he has no problems like first picking that. He picks it pretty often, like early in their pick ban cycle. He's just so comfortable into any matchup. And it lets him kind of do the Prowler thing where, you know, he can 1v5 if he gets to that point in the game, which is very Prowler-y.
Yeah, and I have always thought that there's an advantage to maybe not always, but a lot of the time there's an advantage of picking your bot lane earlier in rotations, leaving those solo lanes for later.
Mm-hmm. Right. I'm interested to see the Gwen. I'm not sure if that's going to go mid or top.
Yeah, and then Tristana as well, which we just saw flexed into the mid lane by Gregosaurus Rex, so a couple of uncertainties from 9 lives, which is very, very smart. You do have the Maokai right there.
We are seeing Entity Lumi say, oof, he got Gwen. So Entity Lumi, if you could let Jeff and Peach know where Gwen is going, we would love that from you.
Entity Lumi was shouting out Menards earlier, so I don't know if that means we're going to have Gwen jungle?
Okay, well, I'm totally wrong.
I don't know. Tom Kench
Jungle
as well.
for sure. Okay.
And Tom
Gwen
Kench,
jungle.
another flex pick. Could go top or mid.
Yeah. I don't know if we'll see Odin on Kench.
Yeah,
I
it
would hope
doesn't really
not.
seem like a Great Beard of Odin champion.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering if 9 lives will realize that as well and not really respect it as a flex pick. Gnar, absolutely not a flex pick. We always know where Gnar is going.
Yeah. So we got mid and jungle left to pick for option 12.
Or potentially, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
And then ADC and support for 9 lives.
Or potentially
maybe.
mid and support.
Yeah, I know they like to save their counter pick for Chaotix. He likes to kind of pick later in the pick ban.
Sure.
So, you know, Diego's up, Fizz, Zoe, Silas. Well, just kidding. Fizz isn't up anymore.
Yeah, I would like to see maybe the Silas come out, though. I believe Chaotix had a very, very impressive performance on that champion. I think it was 2 weeks ago.
Might have been against Northern Storm. If I remember right. But I could be wrong. It happens. I'm not sometimes.
Any predictions for these final bans?
I am not surprised to see the Zac ban. Maybe Leona for. I don't really know what Diet Cuba Libre plays. Or really anyone on their team. Okay, LeBlanc, that's fair.
Yeah, so we're still not sure where a lot of these champions are going at this point. I think in the next couple minutes, all the dominoes will start to fall.
Okay.
But not off this pick. We still don't know where Tristana is going at this point.
I would probably say that's Tristana bot with Nautilus makes sense, like with the insane all-in potential that has. That's my guess. And then mid here?
Yeah, or unless Odin is going top with Tom Kench. But nope, it'll be Odin on the Ziggs, something he's played so far earlier in this Community Cup. That means it'll be Godzilla on the Tom Kench. That's kind of fitting with that that screen name, that champion, kind of close.
Mm-hmm. I think he changed his name once Tom Kench came out, actually.
And I agree with you. I would predict Tristana going to the bot lane. Yeah, it looks like we're hovering Silas here.
Yeah, Tristana mid doesn't really seem like Chaotix's cup of tea.
Agreed. Likes to get in your face with those assassin type champions.
Yeah, he plays he has a pretty interesting pool.
Yeah, I enjoy it though because it's a little different. I think than it's.
A lot of the
he's
others.
Pretty unique as a player in the GMA community.
Agreed. Yeah.
I'm wondering how the Silas into Ziggs matchup goes because you're very dependent on your dashes, and that minefield could just wreak havoc on you.
Right, and then even if you're Silas and you get on top of Ziggs, like you really have to I mean, it's up to the Ziggs for positioning properly, but you can just satchel yourself, satchel away from him.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds not fun for Silas. But I guess we're gonna find out. I also
Yeah.
just think Ziggs is not fun to play into. So
Agreed. It's kind of like a Nivea, in my opinion, where
whoa, whoa,
it's
whoa.
so oppressive. It's just wave clear for infinite amount of time.
Right. They're both really like brawly in your face teams, right? They have a lot of like engage with the Nunu, or excuse me, option 12 has a lot of engage with like the Tom knockup and the Nunu snowball and the Maokai everything. But I mean so does Nine Lives team.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm wondering what ults are really gonna be great for Chaotix to steal. I mean, Ziggs ult obviously just does damage, but I think the Maokai ult for engage and flanks could be helpful. Other than that, though, I mean, I don't think these are the greatest ults that you really want to see on the opposing team when you play Silas.
Right, I would definitely agree with you. The Ziggs pick to me for option 12 seems a little. I know Ziggs is like something that Odin's like comfortable with, but I would have really liked to see like Yone or something with that team, like something that's gonna like also dive in with Nunu and Kaisa alt and the Maokai.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems like he doesn't fit. But I mean, when they go in, he can also just like pelt them. So
Yeah, does have plenty of front line where he can just sit back and be that artillery.
yeah, we'll see.
And I wonder if, I don't know, maybe if they had gone Yone, if they lack AP damage potentially in this
Yeah.
comp.
Well, Mord was left up too, and
Hmm.
we know that Godzilla is pretty gross on Mord. So what's done is done, though, right,
Yep.
Jeff?
The teams we have are the teams we have. Looking up and down at the comps, I know you said that they're, kind of similar and they're brawly, get in your face. Um, if you had to pick one, who do you say one champ select?
Mm, wait, you pick first, and then I'll pick the one that is opposite. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna go. Nine Lives has just been so dominating. I feel like. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna go with the Nine Lives. I feel like they have really stepped it up this split, as opposed to the start of it. So yeah, that's mine.
Yeah, I think Nine Lives one champ select as well. As you've pointed out, I just like how their team comp, it's all like they're all capable of just jumping on your face really quick,
Yeah,
and they can
and
all
that's
get in there. They can all, they're all very mobile. Whereas on the side of option 12, there is some of that, but there could be some discontinuity potentially.
great. And yeah, option 12 doesn't really have any disengage for if Nautilus gets a pick or Silas manages to get into their team or Nar. Um, so we'll see. Also, Noah the Kicker, so happy to have you in the chat. Thanks for joining. First time chat. So can we get some Noah the Kicker hype? Thanks.
All right, we're going into the skin showdown. See how long of a loading screen we get. They've been very fast lately. I don't know.
Well, option 12 has Meowkai, so it's like insta win.
Yeah, and there's two non-skins on the side of Nine Lives, so I think you got to give it to option 12 here. Kind of
Right.
a runaway victory. Foeden and
Undebatably.
Menards. Foeden and Menards, the new guys, not pulling their weight in the skin showdown, but we'll see if they make up for it with their in-game performance.
Do you think we'll see any crazy level ones? Because these are both two teams that have like. I mean, I would say that Nine Lives level one is like way better. I wonder if we'll see any snazzy level one stuff, which I feel like the split has been severely lacking.
Yeah, every time that I complain about people not going for level 1 plays, someone goes for one and it like backfires, it seems. And then I feel
Jeff,
kind of bad about it. So
Jeff, will it into the world right now, Jeff? We need it.
I mean, yeah, I agree that Nine Lives has a pretty scary level 1 comp with that Nautilus and then Silas knockup potentially, but you know, option 12. If you get that Tom Kench knockup into say a huge flash twisted advance or something, you can lock someone down for a long, long time. It's the kind of
We'll
situation
see.
though where I don't think either of those players would be very happy skilling that up level 1
I
unless
was
they
gonna
were
say,
sure they were gonna get a kill.
I feel like if I'm Maokai and I have to start Twisted Advance, then I'm sad until I'm level 2. We'll
Looks
see.
like option 12 is fanning out. Looks like, well, there are some pings going down on the map for 9 lives, but overall it looks like they're spreading out as well. 5-point defense. So we won't get any shenanigans here. R.I.P. my hopes and dreams.
It's because yeah.
30 seconds.
Look at that uniform 5-point from both teams. They're just all.
Yep. Nobody wants to get ambushed at level 1. I get it.
Who do you think dies first this game?
Let's see. Well, it looks like, I don't know. Let me wait and see where the junglers start. Ooh, Odin misses the first shot. Oh, Chaos
Oh,
goes
Chaos!
over.
Minions have spawned.
A slightly decent trade actually ends up losing probably slightly more health after taking that Q to the back.
That was about sending a message.
Frowny face. Cards. And so we'll have both junglers starting on the bot side, so mirrored in that regard. I think I would say there's more kill potential in a potential topside gank for Sladen and Godzilla than for Foden and Menards early in the game, just because of the early access to crowd control that both of those champions will have. I'm not really familiar with Gwen jungle and its capabilities or its optimal routes or anything like that.
That is also something I'm unsure of. So, I'm excited to see. You know, obviously we've seen Menards is a very talented player. So, if anyone can make it work, it's gonna be my boy Menards. Nothing too crazy going on now. I also feel like if I'm Diet Cuba Libre and I'm playing Nautilus, I would have opted into Ignite over Exhaust.
Yeah, that is interesting to me. Generally, oh, they do get the hook onto Prowler, so that's going to be some nice early damage. The satchel, excuse me, the explosive charges on Prowler's head as well. So a very advantageous trade early by the bot lane of 9 lives.
Yeah, and again, I feel like Ignite right there, and if Gotta Get Lucky had jumped on Prowler, I feel like that would have been first blood for 9 lives.
And I think even if Gotta Get Lucky doesn't jump, if you put the Ignite down, maybe you get a flash out of Prowler, just realizing that the jump could kill him. Chaos is getting poked down pretty hard in the mid lane. Menard's working his way that direction, but there is a ward that will spot him out, so Greatbeard will be respectful, just back away. Meanwhile, up on the top side, looked like Sladen might have been leaning that way, but now they're going to find each other in the river. Both very, very full health. Sladen gets the smite consumed down, and Menards won't be able to chase this very far. Godzilla, though, is losing a little bit of CS and XP as that wave was crashing into the turret.
Good rotation by him, though.
Yeah, got there very, very quickly.
It's that top jungle synergy, because the two of them came in from an outside source as a little duo.
Oh, did they? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they did. So they have some innate synergy together. Odin's pretty low on mana already for it being 4 minutes into the game.
You say Odin?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been spamming away with those bombs. Hit a lot of them on Chaotix, but Chaotix has done a pretty good job staying healthy enough. And now he gets in, landed the chains, the Ignite is down. Odin, nice job with the satchel charge, keeping himself safe. The Ignite won't quite be enough.
That was such a close fight for both of them.
And Odin does have teleport available, so that's really, really going to help his efforts right now. He'll be able to get back and catch this wave, I believe. And Chaotix is going to have to back and not be able to get back to lane as quickly. But since he was able to crash that wave, he shouldn't lose too much on his stroll back down the mid lane.
Yeah, if he wasn't able to crash that big wave.
Huge goes in with the twisted advance first. Oh, and he knocks Gotta Get Lucky right back into the snowball. Really, really nice setup. There's that Maokai that we were talking about. First blood goes over to option 12.
Yeah. I missed the
But Whedon could get, oh, he gets knocked up in mid-hop. This could get scary. One more tongue lash. Oh, he flashes just to get the damage. Needs one more auto. Oh, no. Oh, no, I think he, oh, my goodness, the indecision. I think if you keep going there, you at least get the kill. Maybe you die to the turret afterward, but sort of got caught in between two different ideas and ended up paying for it with his life.
Yeah, Godzilla, my guy, you just gotta go for it. You just gotta let that Gnar know what's up and take the 1-for-1 at least if you're gonna flash under a tower.
Speaking from experience, Peach?
No, I don't play top. I love myself too much. Do we know?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Do we know if we've ever seen a Gwen in a GMA game before? Because Greg is asking in chat, and I don't remember that.
I
or ever
personally
seen
have
her.
not.
Okay. First time Gwen height.
And I certainly have never seen a Gwen jungle, so...
I really don't see her ever. But
Yeah, I believe, I mean, she was pretty strong on release, right? But then were there some nerfs that happened really quick?
yeah, the old new champion riot thing.
Yeah,
that they like to do.
exactly. We have some attention being paid now towards the bottom side. Both Menards and Chaotix walking down this direction. But Chaotix gonna turn right around. Not sure if he thought he was spotted or maybe he just realized that the wave wasn't gonna be in an ideal position to set up that gank down there. Reaper Devoten continuing to poke away, but Chaotix doing a good job keeping up in CS in this range versus melee matchup. It's always a little tricky in the early game to do that.
Yeah, one thing to note too is both top laners still have TP. If you see, there's a lot of vision set up bot side. Both teams are putting their eye on this dragon. So I wonder. I think this might be that objective might be the first.
But Whedon goes in, looking for the big play with the Mega Gnar onto Godzilla. Obviously a very, very beefy Frogman though, and so Whedon just gets a decent little trade out. Lands the last boulder too, so that makes the trade even better. I like the restraint there for Whedon. Just go in, chunk out about 40% with health. Meanwhile, going in is used with the flash twisted advance. Slayton is pretty far away though with that snowball though. I think Huge maybe just jumped the gun a little too fast there, as the snowball was going to take a long time to arrive.
Yeah, I also think he queued him the wrong way. You see a lot of pings from 9 Lives about that. He's not a frog, he's a catfish. By the way. Actually, I think Tom Kench is whatever he wants to appear as, because he's supposed to be the demon of...
Oh yeah, he can. Yeah, he can like disguise himself, can't he?
Yeah, he's like Fiddlesticks in Evelyn, where he like decides what he wants to look like to you.
I wish I had that.
There's your League of Legends lore for Tom Kench.
Appreciate it. But Whedon getting a little more chip damage down onto Godzilla, and has accrued a pretty sizable CS advantage up in this top lane for himself as well. Bot lane CS extremely even as well. They do pull out the depth charge, looking for Prowler, jumping from Gotta Get Lucky. Daiki Ray couldn't quite get in range for the anchor toss though, I don't think. And Gotta Get Lucky is taken really, really low. They just don't have the damage. Prowler just too durable. And now Daiki Ray might get chased down by these roots, flashes towards his turret, so he'll at least be close enough to it that you won't be able to follow up. Do you think that was a little over-aggressive? Maybe 9 Lives was getting a little impatient?
I think that punishing huge like aggression and kind of like spoiling that gank from Nunu, you know, like forcing the engage before Nunu was really in range to catch up with Snowball, was definitely the play for 9 Lives, but I think that they were way too trigger happy.
Yeah.
Because Lucky wasn't in range to jump on Prowler. So that's my take on it, kids.
Appreciate the insight.
one heck of a game. I'm gonna step in real quick, guys. Jeff, go ahead and hit I for me real quick.
Yeah. What's up?
Hit I on the keyboard.
Yep.
And you should see it gives you the option to put up objective timers, and
Let's
then
do
click time controls to cut that off, and go ahead and cut off chat.
Yep. Chat's. Oh, it is unchecked. Okay.
And then you can cut off time controls and turn your music down a little bit. You guys are knocking it out the park. Love y'all. Sigtal out.
All right. Thanks, man.
And lucky for our viewers, they got to hear all three of us for a little bit.
Oh, the
right?
dream team. Yeah.
You guys are truly spoiled, GMA Gaming. Don't get it twisted. That cameo was all we needed.
Oh my gosh. What a blessing.
I think this game's kind of slow right now, though, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. We've had a couple. Huh. Still seeing chat. No, it's unchecked. I don't know. It's weird.
Maybe I think you can just move it if you hit enter and just like move it off screen.
Can't get it to go off screen. Whatever.
If you grab her, like grab the gray part of it. Yeah. Put it all the way in the bottom left corner because it'll go under the Feeding America graphic.
Oh, big brain.
There you go. She's gone now.
Okay. Hopefully we don't see that anymore. Sorry, guys.
That was so nice that nothing crazy happened in the game while we were doing that. So nice that 9 lives and option 12.
Oh no.
Can you get what to go away?
Oh, there we go. Anyway, Rift Herald summoned up in the top lane, guys. Some really, really crazy stuff has been going on. Jump away from Gotta Get Lucky down in the bot lane. The ult from Ziggs comes out, just try to clear that wave, protect Godzilla's turret a little bit. And we're seeing, because of that, in my opinion, over-aggressive play by 9 lives a moment ago, the CS lead has really started to open up for Prowler and Huge down in the bot lane. Chaotic looking for Odin. Sap to charge again will keep him safe. And here comes Menard though, and now they know that that defensive cooldown is not available. Prowler roams to the mid lane. Chaotix and Menard's just gonna have to try to get out of here. Big snowball is coming up, but won't land on anyone.
Nice call outs by option 12 to rotate as a pack.
Oh, there's a stolen Zigzag just trying to clear that wave. Like that decision. And Gotta Get Lucky
smart.
and Diet Cuba Libre will get a little bit of plate gold in the bot lane. So right now I think we're really just seeing, you know, this is a game that is being split vertically in terms of advantages, with Foeden having a good advantage up in the top lane, but Prowler having an advantage down in the bot lane. And gotta call out Menard's huge CS advantage in the jungle. And a 2-level advantage.
Yeah, Sladen really needs to work on getting caught up. I mean, I know he's new and he's going to be relevant regardless, but you don't want to turn into a caster minion as the game goes on.
Yeah, I mean, right now Menards actually has the highest CS on his team and the second highest in the game. Not exactly what you'd expect from a jungler, but as we've admitted, we're not too familiar with how when jungle works.
She is definitely
being up.
doing jungle. Oh!
They do get it. Sladen secures the dragon, and now Menard's taken really, really low. Just went in way too aggressively, I think. Foeden, he is Mininar right now, so he is not going to be beefy. Gotta Get Lucky trying really hard to get some damage in on the side, able to hop away from that flash twist advance from Huge, but Foeden is still going to get caught out. They are under the turret. How much will it provide?
Oh.
Great buster shot from Gotta Get Lucky.
I wonder, that Gotta Get Lucky played that fight so well, the way he jumped after he was twisted advanced and knocked everyone away to save Foeden.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, really impressive. Didn't even have to burn any summoners, didn't panic at any point, and then that buster shot to save not only possibly himself, but also Foeden.
This man's a sub. The dedication and the teamwork already. You see that?
He'd better get honored at the end of this game. Meanwhile, Prowler's looking, and they do have Sladen coming down for the gank, so I think Cuba Libre and Gotta Get Lucky maybe overstaying a little bit. Nice jukes, nice little moves from Cuba Libre to stay alive as long as he has, but yeah, just Gotta Get Lucky couldn't reapproach to get any impactful damage down.
And like a true support man, Diet Cuba Libre takes one for the team, so Gotta Get Lucky can escape.
gold is almost exactly even. This is pretty great actually, because the advantages are spread across the map in so many different ways. We've got such dynamic team comps, and yet we have a dead tie. But we've been going in on Godzilla. We'll have Meganar available soon, but takes a big ton lash to the face.
He's so beefy, Tom Penchas.
Yeah, even those hyper procs not putting as huge of a dent as you might expect.
Great.
Bowen does take a couple turret shots, but here's Menards. Here comes the Gwen. What does this pick get done? Knock up by Godzilla. Nice job, but the turret is already gone, and that means the teleport can't complete. Greatbeard of Odin was going up there to try to help out his buddy. Couldn't get it done. Godzilla goes down. Menards cuts him down with all those blades.
Odin should have just TP'd to that big old wave that was coming there. That would have been a really great play for them if Odin had made it there.
Yeah, that was a really, really good effort by Godzilla to almost fight his way into a 1-for-1 in that situation.
And if Ziggs had gotten that TP off, it definitely was, I think, in their favor.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, at least a 1-for-1, if not, you know, a 2-for-1, maybe a 1-for-0. Cuba Libre and gotta get lucky. Still having to play on the back foot a little bit ever since that earlier botched aggressive play. Foeden and Greatbeard of Odin just brawling a little bit as well. Cuba Libre just walks forward and actually forces the flash out of Prowler. Didn't even want to get rooted up by that passive auto attack.
Yeah.
And Chaos is coming in on Greatbeard of Odin. Oh, Satchel Charge denies him in the middle of the pull. Prowler gets some damage down. Wow, a lot of damage down on Gotta Get Lucky, and Cuba Libre is going to get rooted up as well. Really, really nice play by Eugen Prowler, just bullying their counterparts off of this turret and taking it pure 2v2.
And that's too bad, because I feel like that bot lane was so even until we saw that kind of forced engage that didn't work out so great.
Agreed.
I don't think that bot lane's out though. Gotta Get Lucky is kept up in CS, even though he's down or has died twice. He's kept up in CS, and he's Tristana.
Yeah, Chaosic's getting taken pretty low, able to walk away from the Mega Inferno Bomb that Odin threw out. But you see quick rotation here from Eugen Prowler once again to the mid lane, trying to press their advantage, translate it to other lanes. Menards has the Rift Herald ready, I believe, so that could be put down. Let's see how long we still have on that, on the Shelly. Maybe it doesn't say on Spectator Client. That's not good.
Lunch. I believe that I can't see it either. So
that was dramatic. That was suspenseful.
I really wanted to keep you guys guessing. So I mean, we know that Rift Herald is going to go down sometime in this game, so that's great. I feel like kind of like a really bloodless game so far. It's almost 20 minutes. There's only been 6 kills.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if I'd say both teams are playing overly cautious, or if it's just that both teams have been playing defensively pretty well. Because I do think that there have been an ample amount of times where one team has tried to make a play. Speaking of, Menards dashes right in onto Huge, puts down that miss, trying to stay alive, but is gonna get taken down. Prowler jumps in, gets taken really, really low by Chaosic, stole the Mega Inferno Bomb, jumps in, and now Sladen is gonna drop as well. The 2-for-2 so far. Chaosic goes back in one more time, another W. Boeden is about to be Mega. What will happen from this? Oh, it's not really a great Gnar ultimate, and Huge is gonna get away, I think. Oh no, he turned right back into Gotta Get Lucky, who I believe failed his flash, but still able to pick up the kill eventually. So really back and forth fight. Odin is still trying to run down Greatbeard of Odin and Godzilla on Mini-Gnar. Has a red buff, so the chase can go on for a long time. Great job by Chaosix to land that pull. Boeden does go down as well, and now Godzilla and Chaosix. Oh, the healing from Silas. Oh my goodness. That's that champion to a T. Just breaks your heart with that sustain. Gotta Get Lucky in Chaosix. Can they get this dragon before Prowler comes back? That fight went on so long that about half the people who died in it are already on their way back. Prowler's gonna get there. Will a W be able to steal it? Menards is here with Smite. Sladen is on the way as well. Has the Blast Cone. Flashes instead of using the Blast Cone. That's a little interesting to me. But he does get the steal, and that puts option 12 at soul point. Sladen does die for it, but that's the definition of hashtag worth.
That's a lot to unpack, Jeff.
Yeah,
So
that was a
before
lot.
that fight happened, it was, I believe, 2-4?
Yep.
Is
Yep,
what it
absolutely
was?
right.
After the 6-minute long fight, it's now 7-8.
Menards is really starting to hurt right now. Prowler's got to be respectful, but also Menards has to be respectful. I think he may have overstepped, able to get out from the Mega Inferno Bomb, and never mind, Menards knew exactly what he was doing. He was fine the whole time, but chunked out Prowler. Great bit of Odin taken down to about half health as well, and now they will summon up that Rift Herald for a pretty strong push here in the mid lane, given that a couple carries from option 12 are vulnerable.
I was gonna say, y'all better back, no?
Yeah, this is a little surprising to me because I think you had to know you couldn't defend that turret.
Right.
If Prowler had completed that recall, he'd be about back on the map by now. But they will take down Shelly, and no harm done after that. But overall, I mean, this is always interesting to me when this happens in a game of League of Legends. Sizable gold lead now for 9 Lives, 3,000, but soul point for the other side.
Right, and that was, in my opinion, definitely hashtag worth for option 12. And Sladen just, no holds barred, was like, yeah, let me just flash over here. Like, no hesitation. Like,
yeah, there was a
He was-
blast cone, but he didn't even want any part of that. He was going all in.
taking blast zone's not very option 12. You know what I mean?
So let me ask
But-
you, Peach, as a player, in these situations where maybe you're down in gold, you know, by a sizable amount, a measurable amount, but you are at that soul point, which position would you rather be in as a player?
I think it depends on the Dragon Soul.
Sure.
So Infernal Soul is the one that's going to be up in 3 minutes.
Oh, Menards could get caught out here. Sorry to interrupt, but Prowler taken down to about half health. How long can Menards survive? Because he does have friends coming. Mega Inferno Bomb comes out. Menards still alive. This Gwen just will not die. Okay, there is the jungle Gwen. There is the power. Maybe we don't give this champion to this man anymore, and now we're seeing why.
We need anti-heal.
Yeah, right?
Save big money in Menards.
Has to be said at least once per game. Now onto the Baron, but it looks like they will decide to call that off. I'm a little surprised actually because Foewegian does have teleport available in the bot lane. That could have been a good opportunity for us, but maybe they're a little afraid of all the Ziggs poke damage that could have rained down on them.
Yeah, maybe they didn't think they were going to do it fast enough and know that Sladen's crazy and is willing to just flash in and smite consume it. So, yeah, I'm not super familiar with Gwen, but that big scissor carrying doll did not die there. She healed so much with her Riftmaker and Conqueror.
Yeah. And Gwen is a champion, if I'm not mistaken, that can get Conqueror activated so quickly with all those little
definitely.
attacks, all those needles.
So if I'm option 12, after I lose that fight, I'm like, yo, we need anti-heal right now. It looks like Prowler did actually pick up an Executioner's Calling.
Yeah, I was really hoping. He had the longsword already, and I was going to be very, very disappointed if he chose something besides the Executioner's Calling. Bramble Vest is completed by Godzilla. Not sure if he had that already, to be honest, but that'll be helpful regardless. Chaotix, I'm not sure if you want this fight, my friend. Has a lot of heal, of course, but there's no way he can kill Godzilla in this situation. Just barely able to get away from the knockup, but then Prowler from downtown tags him up, and the tongue sits him down.
I don't know if Silas or Chaosix thought he could win that or an accident.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the plan was there. I think even if you do threaten Godzilla a little more, you're on their side of the map, and you're really committing at about half health. Just seems maybe a little over aggressive. We've seen that out of 9 Lives a couple times in this game now. Still though, sizable gold lead, almost 4,000. It's gonna be important. Oh, Foewegian jumped in, but I think he transformed right as he wanted to use the Gnar. And now here comes the counter engage. Snowball will miss. The roots are gonna land onto, Diet Cuba Libre. But I think he's okay with taking that one for the team. Menard's coming over. Look out for this man. We know how powerful he is. Dashes and gets a lot of damage down. Sladen taken really, really low, and the mist is just keeping anyone from touching Menards. All the needlework coming out. Prowler taken down to about half health. Can he fight him off? He does. Foeiden, what an ult in mid-air, catches Prowler and Huge into the wall. This is all going 9 lives way now. Great Bird of Odin locked up. Mega Inferno Bomb won't do enough on the back end, and it's a 4 for 2 and 9 lives. They should be able to stop the dragon stacking now. Godzilla, the only one left alive.
I'm literally shook at these fights that are happening.
On multiple fronts too. In that fight, you saw, you know, sort of Menards dueling against Prowler, and you had, I believe, it was Chaosix dueling against Great Beard Odin, all over the place. And great job by Foeiden, because that entire situation started off of him jumping in and going back down to Mininar at, I think, an inopportune time. Was able to get that rage bar all the way back up for that fight clinching ult at the end.
Yeah, and I've not super familiar with like Gnar or like a good Gnar, but that ult in the middle of his dash was like psycho.
Yeah, that was awesome. And I think just barely caught Prowler at the edge of it. I'm not sure if Prowler would have lived anyways. He was taken extremely low, but yeah, that was I'll say beyond even a great play. It was aesthetically pleasing. That was awesome.
We'll clip that for the TikTok. Don't worry,
Please do.
Foeiden fans, I got you guys. And I thought that fight would maybe go poorly for them because Nautilus ult is such a important cooldown for that character, and he used it really well to disengage after Foeiden had jumped in and kind of minied as he went to kind of force that fight earlier. And I was like, oh, like this isn't going to be good for them because they don't have Nautilus ult, but it didn't matter, I guess.
Yeah, I mean the fight was extremely close. That's for sure. And even though Menards died, I think he did such a great job of really occupying Prowler, plus I think it was 2 other people who were trying to peel for Prowler at the same time. Menard still almost got Prowler down and got him low enough that Foeiden could then come and clean things up. Sladen gets tagged up and he's slowed. That is a red buff on Menard. Absolute Zero comes out, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The mist will protect Menards from all of it, and Foeiden is just running Great Beard of Odin down, slams him into the turret. Got to get lucky, taken pretty low, but should be fine. Godzilla is rooted. There is another depth charge coming out of Nautilus. Can they catch on to Prowler? Godzilla's doing a good job of just body blocking right now, but Menards is in again, getting all the damage down, getting the slow down. There's another patch of mist to keep himself safe. It's 3 for nothing across the map.
This man's cracked at Gwen. Is what I'm learning.
I forget the screen name of the person shouting it out in Champ Select, but yeah, absolutely right. Maybe get you on the analyst desk someday.
Entity Lumi. Jeff and I are now. Jeff and I are reborn Gwen Jungle fans now after this game.
The cult of Menards.
Smart play by them to transition that lead in that team fight into Baron.
Absolutely. Yeah, very, very simple, easy take.
5 minutes ago, this game seemed so close, and now it really just kind of seems like it's 9 lives game. Maybe this soul is going to be, you know, I don't know.
The deciding factor.
Really, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Does soul keep option 12 in this game, though?
It gives them a chance at least, but yeah, I don't even know. At this point, I think it might be their only hope. I don't want to be too bleak, but these fights have been going one-way traffic for the last at least 5 minutes, if not longer.
Great. And again, Sladen's level 13 to Menard's 16.
Yeah, that is enormous. Menard's almost the highest level in the game. Actually, I'm curious. Who has more XP right now between Foeiden and Menards? Oh, Foeiden slightly ahead of Menards, so not quite the highest level in the game, but technically tied for it at the moment. I want to shout out that kill by Foeiden onto Great Beard of Odin down that bot lane too. Just immaculate combo, slamming him into the turret at the end with the ult.
He knew what was up. And they're doing a great job with this Baron, the 1-4. You know, option 12 is going to have to decide.
Do you think there could even be a potential for a 1-3-1 here? with either Menards or Chaotix potentially going to the other side lane. They might catch on to Menards here in the red side jungle. Sorry, I asked you a question that immediately kept me from answering. But Menards is actually getting taken pretty low, but will eventually die. So nice job by Optical to focus that down. And who was that saying that they don't really have much of a chance of out Soul because they just wiped out 4 members. 2 return kills for 9 lives, which is a little better than you might have thought it was going to go. But this could end up being the Soul, unless Foeden is going to try to make a hero play here to deny it. Does have a ward behind the pit that he could teleport to.
Yeah, I feel like if I'm 9 lives, like Foeden's like such an impactful member of my team fight that I wouldn't want to.
Surprised if Foeden isn't trying to teleport over and stop this. Now he is, but it's too late. So there's the Infernal Soul over to option 12 on the back of a 1 fight. This game has another twist. We'll see if there are more lying in wait. Not to be too critical, but I was a little surprised that Godzilla didn't try to follow Foeden down the lane there, just to make sure that he couldn't teleport to try to disrupt that dragon.
Right, and maybe that's why Foeden didn't teleport to that fight, because he was assuming that Godzilla would just knock him up right away.
Sure. Reverse psychology all around, but Infernal Soul picked up for option 12, and with characters like Ziggs and Kaisa that are just throwing out so many abilities, so many projectiles, I feel like that really enhances Infernal Soul compared to certain other champions.
Yeah, a lot of damage on that team now, and I mean they're down 6,000 gold, but we just saw them win a fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it was maybe a little bit of overconfidence from Menards there that time. He was kind of just standing behind a wall near red buff by himself for a while there even. And so much survivability in cast fights that time got cut down. And they pay for it with the soul.
Pretty scary. I also noticed huge second item always gets the ward stone. Always.
And as a fellow support player, do you have strong thoughts on that?
I do. Wardstone, I'm pretty sure, scales with the stats you already have. So, like, if you don't have other items to give it stats, I feel like it's a poor choice. I mean, yeah, the vision is insane. You can see, I mean, Huge has almost 60 vision right now. Way more than Diet Cuba Libre. I still hate that he goes that.
Also want to give out a shout out, Prowler's CS has really exploded, leading anybody else in the game by a significant amount. Coming up to full build here, yeah. Rapier Devoting is going to catch on to Foeden. Oh, nice flash away from the snowball of Sladen. Huge, though, will catch up to him with the twisted advance. The rest of the team is trying to get over here, but Foeden, I don't think he'll survive long enough. Menards is in now, trying to punish them for having all their cooldowns down, but Huge gets a double kill. Menards is gone. The entire team getting deleted. Prowler goes in with the killer instinct, trying to finish off Chaotix. He's all alone. One more tongue lash, or excuse me, one more auto attack from Prowler gets it done. A clean ace, option 12, turning everything around now.
Just let him die, guys. I think that was the play. Just to let him die. I mean, he played that escape psycho too, though. Like the whatever Nars jump is into the flash. That was a lot of gold too. Now option 12 is only behind, 4,000 gold.
Yep. And I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know the exact calculation, but I wouldn't be surprised if Infernal Soul basically makes up for the rest of that gold gap in terms of the extra damage it gives you.
Baron's up in 20 seconds, so I feel like option 12 should really be resetting here.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised because I don't think they'll have time to get this inhibitor. They get the turret, but I think it might have been more valuable to go back and really lock up vision control on Baron. There is at least one ward in the pit, looking at the mini-map right now, for 9 lives, and I'm sure they're aware of this. Prowler is in the bot lane, so if you're 9 lives, you are very probably confident that option 12 has not started this Baron, or is not about to start this Baron anytime soon.
Yeah, Foeden's going to match him though.
Oh, gotta get lucky. Goes in, gets the slowdown from the Stormrazor, but Huge able to walk away. He's tanky enough at this point.
Yeah, Prowler did reset, and Foeden is bot, and actually Foeden went the split push item. I didn't realize that until right now.
Oh yeah, and Foeden will have teleport available soon. I don't think it's quite available yet, so this could end up being punished. They jump in onto Sladen though, and he just gets deleted, a little disjointed on the engage. Poeden jumps in, nice flash from Prowler, and Greatbeard of Odin got out as well. Menard's just trying to hunt down these carries. The needlework comes out and deletes the Ziggs. Prowler blast cones away. Godzilla is gonna put on the thick skin, but I don't think it'll be thick enough. Prowler though might catch on to Chaotix. There's the big heal, but Prowler gets him down. Menards is gonna finish him off though, and it's a 5 for 3 across. Another crazy fight. Can they end actually? They have a
I think they
huge
can.
lead. Sladen
I
is
think
up in
that
18
oh, the end
seconds.
has better respawn soon.
Oh boy, this is gonna get interesting. Maybe they can at least get a Nexus turret or two before the inhib comes back up. They're already waiting for it. Nope, it's back.
Well, they shred out. I mean, Sladen and Yuz are up in 4 seconds, but it's Nunu and
Yeah,
Maokai.
this is gonna be interesting. Menards is just annihilating these structures. Huge jumps in along with Sladen. I don't know if you want to chase this too far though. I don't know if you can kill Menards. Greatbeard of Odin alive in 5 seconds. Does have the Mega Inferno Bomb available. Menards though, the healing is so much, and you just gone. The needlework comes out again. Mega Inferno Bomb comes out. It's not enough because of the miss, and Menards secures his team, probably the Baron now off of that 1v2 essentially. No offense to Daikubu Libre, I know you were there, but you got out of there pretty quick.
Daikubu Libre, no trust. He is not a part of the Menards fan club like Josh and I are. We have our member cards. We're loading our vans up, crafting supplies.
Daikubu Libre tried the free trial, but then canceled it before the first charge.
He flashed out, hit that blast cone. See ya.
In any case, I'm a little bit surprised that you don't see 9 Lives trying to pressure something off of that. I guess maybe a little bit afraid that they would overcommit to that top
Here
side.
comes Elder.
Yeah, the Elder would maybe be able to be snuck. Poeden has that Rage Bar in a decent spot right now.
Great zoning.
And yeah, this Elder Drake is gonna go down before anyone from option 12 can get close to it. And now if you're option 12, you gotta be really careful, because Poeden did prepare that Narbar really nicely. Godzilla's gonna get cut down here, I believe, any second now. That Elder, there's the growl from the dragon. Takes down the big tanky Tom Kench. And it's 5-on-4 with Elder Drake and Super Minions still pushing in the top lane. It's a huge wave of them.
And they only have 1 base turret left.
But looks like 9 Lives are gonna just go straight to Baron instead. Probably the wisest call at this point. Poeden's going back down to the bot lane, doesn't have teleport available, but Greatbeard of Odin is going to have to match him regardless. I think this is going to come down to Sladen having to come up with a Miracle Steal. If he can even get close in time, it's going really low. It's down to about 3,500 already. Sladen won't get there on time. Baron goes over to 9 Lives. Now will they chase? There's Daikubu Libre. Gets the depth charge down onto 2. Huge is out of luck there. Daikubu Libre will just barely survive through the Mega Inferno Bomb. And meanwhile, Poeden is getting free time in that bot lane. He should get the second inhibitor.
Poeden's just a menace. The split push Gnar.
Yeah, I really like the... It seems like this team is really on the same page about when we want to 1-4, when we need Poeden there. Double inhib with all the super buffs, not Soul I guess, but 2 of the super buffs on the side of 9 Lives now, and they can just go down this mid lane and try to grab this 3rd inhibitor with all the extra power they have.
So if I'm option 12, in my head I'm like, this game's probably over, right? What changes do you think option 12 makes next game?
Ban the Gwen. I think that might be the first thing to come out of, you know, both our audience's mouths as well as option 12. And I think I'd like to see Godzilla on something a little bit more impactful. I don't think that he's played poorly, but I just don't think a Tom Kench playing from behind can really impact the game very heavily. Dredgeline does not connect from Daikubu Libre. There's the Mega Inferno Bomb just trying to get a little bit of chunk damage. Menard's taken down to about 60% health, so has to be a little bit respectful about how we might engage. Poeden gets locked up, didn't quite Mega Gnar yet, but Sladen just melts like paper. There goes the Dragon Growl, gotta get lucky. The backline's pretty low actually, but they just don't have enough damage anymore. All the growls coming out from that Elder buff, too much power. 9 Lives. An exciting win in game 1 of this crucial set.
Really great gameplay by both teams.
let's look at some stats here.
That Gwen damage.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Doing more than twice as much as anyone on his own team. Over 15,000 more than anybody else in the game. Let's check some vision scores down here. 82 for you. You were
Yeah, I mean,
shouting that
Nine
out
Lives.
during the game.
Yeah, Nine Lives did a great job as a team wording, whereas Option 12 was like, okay, huge, here you go.
Yeah, any other closing thoughts on that game?
No.
All right. Well, we'll see if option 12 is gonna be worried enough after that Menards show to ban the Gwen, or if there are any other changes that the teams are looking at as we head into game 2. We'll be right back. Don't go